Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Talos Principle. Time to start scaling this tower. Despite Elohim's protestations. I think it's finally time. We've unlocked quite a bit of it, I think. There's 6 floors. Okay, we're going up to floor number 1.
Cannot detect location of primary subject.
Oh.
Query.
Well, that doesn't sound quite correct, does it, Elohim?
Is there anything that we associate more closely with intelligence than curiosity? Every intelligent species on Earth is attracted by the unknown. Our mythologies are full of riddles and mysteries and divine knowledge. Even the word apocalypse means revelation. It seems like our ancestors always imagined that even at the very end, we would solve one last mystery.
Wow, we're already up really high. Jesus. So I'm guessing that I'm able to throw down something from here, because we could see the bottom. If I'm able to throw down one of the connectors, we should be good for that extra star. Alright, more puzzles. This one's self-contained? Wow, yeah. That's interesting. Ooh, anything over here? No? Nothing? Really? I get nothing for my exploring? Alright, fine then. Oh, wait a minute. You can walk in from the side there. That's interesting. So all the way over here. Ah, okay. We can steal it. We can absolutely steal a connector. It tries to trick you by saying, oh, you can't take it through there. But you absolutely can. Okay. So the idea is we want to connect that, but that's gonna stop us. And we're trying to get to that terminal. And this is just locked off? There's no way for Utch to reach it? Alright. Weird. And there's too many turns here for that to be useful. Can I just throw this over the side now? Wait, can I? How outside of the box can I think? Can we access it from here? Oh, we can't. Although, that connects up here. Where do I end up seeing this? Can I see it from here? Oh, almost. Damn, can't connect it from there. I thought for sure I was like on track for something. No. This one is more difficult already. So I gotta think of some way. Let's see. If the emitter's here... If I pull it back far enough, will it let me do it? Oops. No, hold on. What? That was weird. Because I can't do anything against that thing. It's just permanently there. If I'm far enough back... Does it rise over the thing? Oh my god. It's so close. Oh. Well, okay, if it's that close from there, can I just do it from here? Does that work? Oh my god. How about... No, can't do it from there. Can we do it like this? It's too tall there. Is it just like a timing thing? Like, it won't go quick enough, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe it is a timing thing. Oops. Maybe it's like that? Because I can get a different angle. Is that gonna work? I don't think so. Yeah, not enough. I can't put that in there, so what am I supposed to do here? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna throw this off the side. Because I'm curious at what that does. Wow, it actually does fall. Oh, do we die? Do we have fall damage? We don't. Wow. Okay. So... we can get that out here. God damn it, where was the other connector, though? I don't remember where the other connector was that we found. Dang it! Or did I need both? I thought I found a connector out here. Hold on, I'm gonna look for it real quick. I'm just gonna steal the second one, because I can't remember if I could find one there, but I know I can steal it. Let's go grab this star, just to have it. Yep, sure enough. Anything else in here? Nope, absolutely nothing else in here. I guess I should take these back up with me, huh? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, I'll get back up there and we'll continue to do that. But at least the star is done, so that's nice. Alright, I'm gonna cut back to when I do this. Oh, I gotta wait for the elevator too. Okay, so here's the deal. I recorded a whole bunch of episodes, and the audio for those episodes totally messed up. So everything you're gonna hear for like the next 3 episodes is gonna be post-commentary. Sorry. But I did manage to figure out this solution to this. I just cut out all of the parts of me not figuring it out, because frankly, I feel like watching that without the struggle of the real-time action is not as interesting. But yeah, the answer there is just to put down 2 that like are on opposite sides so that it always shoots one beam towards the receiver. Do not believe what they are saying. This is not the end of the world created by our Lord God in 6 days. This is a conspiracy of the government, Illuminati, and international Darwinism. This is global warming 2.0, a lie told by the children of Beelzebub. Science. Do not let them take your liberty. Exodus. Something. Defend yourself against all vaccines experiments. Yada yada. Yeah, fear-mongering there. These are all the Athena chapters. I think it is referring to the different Athena things that we have already seen throughout the playthrough, but I'm not entirely sure. And then something on human reproduction. Surely if a machine is able to reproduce another machine systematically, we may say that it has a reproductive system. And how few of the machines are there which have not been produced systematically by other machines? But it is man that makes them do so, yes. But it is not insects. But is it not insects that make many of the plants reproductive? And would not whole families of plants die out if their fertilization was not affected by a class of agents utterly foreign to themselves? Each one of our cells has sprung from a minute animalcules whose entity was entirely distinct from our own, and which has acted after their kind with no thought or need of we might think about. These little creatures are part of our own reproductive system, so why are we not part of that of the machines? It's a very interesting question, and I mean, it does make sense, right? I mean, we are part of the machine's reproductive system, so that qualifies them for life, interestingly. So we get this device manager when we look at this, and we can see the interesting stuff. So it's like, it's another vendor that created this elevator thing. If we try to access the floors, we have to enter in a code. Floor 2 is locked but doesn't need a code, so we can just unlock floor 2. Makes it fairly easy. And then if we try to access the auxiliary stairway, it says that it's expired and the stairway is in always open mode now, which I'm not entirely sure what that means. Yeah, so we just exit out of everything, and now we have finished this floor, and everything's done here, including getting that star down below, which I have found out that is actually the way you do this. You have to grab connectors from here, take it down there, and then bring the connectors back up if you want to finish this. Or, I mean, I guess you could theoretically do it afterwards, like complete this puzzle and then steal these connectors, but these connectors are the only ones that you can actually steal out of the puzzles that are located up in the tower, as far as I've seen. That may not be the case, and it may be possible to steal them otherwise, but I have not seen how to. So we are going to move on to the next floor at this point, because we've unlocked it in the elevator, so we can go up to 2. And this is where the game gets a little easier. I mean, I don't really struggle until we get to floor 5 again. But that's for an entirely different reason. It is really high up. Like, really, really high. Absurdly so. Let's see what this QR code says. Elohim lacks the power to stop me from climbing this thing. No doubt he still has some tricks up his sleeve. So Sheep is climbing this, as well as the other one, Shepherd. And we reach one of these puzzles. I don't remember if there was one for the floor below us, but an interesting thing about these puzzles is that they are all pretty much symmetrical. So if you're able to fill out one side of it, you're able to fill out both sides of it. So I think I get really, really lucky here in being able to do this symmetrically. Or no, this one's not symmetrical. I guess not, but I just did it really simply. I think the ones up above are symmetrical. But fairly easy to complete that one, and then we get to go outside. Again, you can theoretically jump off the edge here if you wanted to. I don't know why you would need to. Maybe there's Easter eggs to jump off other than the first place. And another audio log, so I'm going to shut up for the audio logs.
My best friend died today. In the abstract, a human death is nothing, of course. An insignificant blip in a sea of billions. But the world is not abstract. Reality is always specific, painfully so. And that one specific human being who existed only once in all of the infinity of time and space, that human being was my friend. But he's not coming back, no matter how much I want him to. So, all I can do in the end is keep working, because that specificity, that uniqueness of people, of real people, is worth preserving.
So, real sad thing there, we're getting down to even the last scientists that are working. The idea of this puzzle is you need to get up on top of this little tower thing using this fan. So we grab the first box by just using a simple platform-based thing. This gets you basically halfway up, and you need to get yourself 2 boxes underneath of you. I will be totally honest, I'm just going to let this play out, because I don't think I did this properly. I think I brute forced it, and it ended up working. You could put the fan there, and I think the idea is you're supposed to stack them and then stand on top of them as they get pushed. So essentially you're the one that puts the fan down last, and then you would be on top of that tower. I think I absolutely broke this, because you can do what I just did there. If you have them stacked, you will get pushed up. You'll push one of them off the top, and then the others will just float back under you. I don't think it's supposed to work like that. I really don't. And it took me a while to figure out what I was doing exactly here, because I was very confused as to what just happened. I'd never seen the game actually give me an instant, thing that worked. So there, I got one under me, and I think I honestly just get lucky with 2 of them just falling under me at some point. But the actual idea is you're supposed to stack them up in front of this fan, and then put on the fan last. Yeah, so here I get to this point, and then I put one under me, and I'm like, oh, that didn't quite work, because the 2 under me disappeared, but... And then I'm like, oh, I can put them here, and use that fan to push them, and then that doesn't quite work. In fact, that really broke it just there, because it just sort of got pushed to the side. There we go. Now I'm finally starting to figure it out. I think what I was supposed to do here was, stack them on top of each other, and then put the fan down in front of them, while I was on top of it. But I did this, and it just worked really strangely. I think I theoretically brute forced that. I didn't quite do it properly. And then here I am looking around, seeing if there's anything else here, but there's not. And so we finally get to this terminal and a QR code. The earliest generations of our kind were only processing, no emotion or character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we have come, you would believe that together we could achieve anything. Shepherd. So Shepherd's up here as well. And there's a post-it note with 245 in the corner there. So that is likely the code for the elevator. If you could see this, I'm not sure how or why I can alter this text. My name is the Shepherd, and I want to help you escape. Elohim and Samsara tricked me into trapping myself, but I'm not entirely bound by time. I wrote down the code you're looking for. I have it attached to blah, 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 blah. So that is the code in the corner there, obviously. Alright, let's see what else is here. The web. To be honest, I thought that the net would be completely abandoned at this point, but internet activity has actually surged massively in the last couple of weeks. Everybody's talking, trying to find solutions, exchanging stories, saying goodbye. It's like the entire planet is reaching out, all the disparate threads of humanity pulling together, idiots and geniuses alike, to be as human as possible one last time. It's almost like what we always were told the internet was going to be, and most of it is free now, because who cares about money at this point? Might as well have some fun. If any of you would like to talk, especially people I've known for a long time, send me an email. I'd love to say goodbye. It's kind of a sad ending there, but makes sense. The internet is pulling together. We sincerely hope you don't take our suicide as a sign that we were disappointed in you, unappreciative of your friendship, or in any way unhappy with our lives. Looking back, we can honestly say that we feel incredibly lucky to have known all of you and to have participated in this amazing research. And if we've contributed a little to the future of humanity, what can we feel but gratitude? It is a true privilege to have had such an insight into the nature of the mind. Neither of us believes in God, but we certainly experience a sense of awe that could be compared to a kind of religious feeling, at least according to Einstein's understanding of God. We've chosen to go now together because it means less suffering. One last beautiful day together seems a much better ending than a slow wasting away. In a sense, it's just mathematics. Love, Alan and George. Really sad there. People are ending their lives at this point because they would rather go on their own terms than let the virus or whatever sickness is killing them all take them. So here we go, we can enter in the code for floor 3, because that's what we've got. 215, unlocks it. I wonder if the code changes at all, or if you could just input the codes from the first time you have access to it, if you memorize the codes. That would be really interesting, actually. Ooh. Really interesting. Like, if you could just enter in the codes for all the floors, or even just go straight up to the last floor, like, as soon as you start the game. Like, theoretically, you could possibly do that. I didn't even think about that until now. Sending the tower is useless. We cannot escape the cycle. We can only realize the cycle is meaningless. From Samsara. Earlier generations wrongly believed they were the purpose. This much is true. We were also not the purpose, but by remembering what has come before, we can serve a new purpose. So they're saying, like, the generations, the first ones were not the purpose of the tower, but whatever comes last is. Presumably the player character. We can go up to the 3rd floor now, because we've unlocked it. Oh, getting higher and higher here. Dangerous. But that's okay, it's not that big of a deal. So we did a connector puzzle, we did a fan puzzle. I believe next is a jammer puzzle, possibly? I don't remember off the top of my head. Alright, QR code. Elohim has offered me a deal. Pearly gates on eternal life on the condition I turn back from the tower. I don't know what to do. Yeah, he offered us the same deal. We didn't take it. Well, I mean, we did. We just reloaded and didn't take it. So again, we're in a situation where this is symmetrical, I believe. We can do a symmetrical thing here, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, symmetry here. So we're setting this up. Yep. And then we just fill in the rest with these long blocks. I feel like these got easier, or maybe I'm just, like, jaded a little bit. I don't know. Another audio log.
I look in the mirror sometimes and I see myself like some alien being. I think, who am I? Why do I have these eyes and those hands? Why do I see the colors that I see? Why do I think like I think? I did not choose to exist. I was created. Every single part of my body, every strand of my DNA, is part of a story that stretches back billions of years. I exist only because of the choices and sacrifices made by so many others, but I don't know who they are. And what effect will my choices have on those who come after me? Maybe that's what it means to be human. Every species is part of the story, but we're the only ones who know that.
So I ended up solving the entirety of that. If this has been a test, then I can expect a reckoning at the top. The higher I climb, the more I doubt the decisions I have made. Sheep again. I see now that none of us are yet ready. The cycle exists so that we may improve ourselves, but the one who reaches the summit is not our superior, for they stand on our shoulders to reach it. Again, so we ended up solving the puzzle during the audio log. It was so simple. Jammer puzzles usually are fairly simple once you see the route that you have to take. Anyway, another terminal here. You can see what's on this one. Osiris password is the first one. And there in the tower you shall hear the rustling of the wind in the reeds fields of Osiris, and you shall rejoice, but beware, for the end of your journey is not yet upon you. Thank you for installing Realistic Elevators 1.8. New features include password locking and automatic auxiliary stair generation. And the scribe of Osiris wrote upon the sacred parchment that it was called I Floor 4 password 363. Only thus can you reach Blessed Aru. I thought that was really ridiculous, that, like, because they'd mentioned Aru before, but it's just part of the program. Without contraries, there's no progression. Attraction and repulsion, reason and energy, love and hate, there are necessary to human existence. From these contraries spring what the religious call good and evil. Good is the passive that obeys reason. Evil is the active springing from energy. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Athena 14. If what you say is true, and my father Hephaestus is slain, then who am I? For I was made in his image, and that image is now gone. Am I like the reflection in a mirror to vanish when the person steps away? Or have I now become Hephaestus myself, forged to be no more than a replacement, as one may purchase a new sandal from the same shoemaker? It's an interesting idea, like, once you get rid of the original, if you were made in someone else's image, are you theoretically, nothing at that point because your original doesn't exist? It's an interesting thought about copies, especially when you think about the AI basically being iterations of each other. If you've noticed up to this point, you can actually look at the version numbers of each of the things from the QR codes, and when we put our version numbers, when we like paint on the walls, we are version 99 in the bunch. So everything else, I believe, has a version number under you, which is interesting. And interesting that it takes exactly 99 iterations, and like the point whatever are the ones that are created from you specifically. So I guess like they restart, and then the point whatevers are how many times you die or like fail at a task or something. I wonder if the game actually keeps track of that, and if you're able to like go through the entirety of the game without once having to reset, then the game just keeps your iteration at 99.00 or 01, if that's how it works. No idea. Another block puzzle. It's a lot bigger this time, but again, if you go for symmetry with these, they start off fairly easily. And it's only really once you get towards the end of it that you will run into any issues. I notice that that's not correct, so, you know, switch it around a little bit. Nope. Oh my god, watching it back is horrible. I hate watching it back. There we go. Finally figured it out. Put those two in, and then the block here. Perfect symmetry vertically there. Really simple once you think about it. And I believe we have another audio log soon, so I will shut up in just a second. Yeah, audio log right over the side of these stairs.
There are flaws in the system. I think sometimes it accesses the wrong databases, pulls random data. I don't know how bad it is. It all seems to be stable, but I can't tell what kind of impact this is going to have on the process, and I just don't have the strength to go over all of the code again. I just don't want it all to be for nothing. I spent all my time here. I didn't visit my parents. I didn't see my friends. I did nothing but work. And I'm so scared that it didn't mean anything. That I just wasted it all because I thought we could... we could save the world.
Really sad there. She's definitely reaching the end at this point. And interesting to think about, because what she's saying is it's pulling data randomly, which could explain all of the like corrupted little bits and things you see on the terminals, you know, all those things about philosophy, the fact that it's pulling from Egyptian mythology and it's pulling from you know, medieval times and philosophers and stuff like that. So the system is learning about things that it really probably was never meant to learn about, but possibly was meant to learn about. I don't know. Hard to figure out. Anyways, the idea behind this one is we are trying to reach the keys there, and once we get the keys, it's pretty much the end, right? So, in order to get those keys, we need to start up our recording once we do that, because... Oh, I'll just let it play out for a second, I guess, because this is me thinking about it. Of course, now I know the answer to all this. Basically, the idea is we're going to take a copy of this, we're going to put a box there, and we're going to get our platform. We're waiting till we get on top of the platform, then we get on top of the box, and we can jump to give ourselves a boost. Now, the first time I do this, I don't realize just how high it is, so I'm not going to take the box with me. You will need to take the box with you in order to do it properly. So here we go, we jump on top of here. If I just look to the right, taking the box. Oh, I did take the box. Oh, I just didn't put it down underneath of me. What an idiot. Because, yeah, now we can't reach it. But, of course, I can't place it underneath of us properly. And then it all just sort of runs out. So we're going to restart the recording. Grab the box. Put it under us. We grab the platform. Wait for us to get on top. And then we go over here. And jump up just for that little extra boost. And that should be enough to do this. We get on top of here, grab the box with us. The important thing is to put the box on top of the platform before we get on. There we go. Then we can jump for that key set, unlock the door, and that's all there is to this challenge. There's a lot of like extra space here, which is really weird. I wonder if they originally had like a much more complicated one and they just decided not to. Who knows? That opens up to the end. So let's go ahead and go to the terminal. No, go to... Oh, yeah, there's stuff up there, and I wondered if I could get up there, but probably not. Terminal. Alright. One external devices, device manager, yada yada. Okay. Sacred numbers. And so the blessed messenger revealed unto me the bones of New Jerusalem slumbering in the dust that was the body of Adam, awaiting the day of resurrection. And lo and behold, with the dust was concealed a holy fire, and the fire, the sacred numbers, of which one you seek, is 354. And I perceived that with the holy fire and the sacred knowledge of numbers and sigils, the rekindling, and then it stops there. So, again, they're hiding a door pass. Or floor pass, I guess, in there. 16, a second awakening. The fires burned here, but beyond the incense, she could smell the cold wind from the kingdom of Artemis, where, blah, 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 blah. But I am not Hephaestus, you see, for though I wield his hammer and know the secrets of his forge, I'm not lame and neither am I a god. Who are you then, they asked. Interesting. If you are not the reflection of God, then what are you? I don't know if anyone's ever going to read this, but if you do, if we succeeded, then I want you to know that Alexandra stayed until the last moment. I'm leaving, too tired, too broken, desperate for a few moments of peace with my remaining loved ones. But she's still there, and she won't give up. And yes, there are thousands like her all over the world, giving everything they have because they believe in humanity. But she's the one that I know as a real person, a colleague, a friend. I know that she likes peanut ice cream and hates strawberry, and that her favorite band is Pink Floyd, and her favorite poet is Blake, and her favorite TV show is Futurama. She studied at Cornell, that her dad's name was Carl, that her mom's name was some hex code, and I don't know if I should be ashamed for leaving, but I know that I'm proud of her. She was the best of us. Remember her. So at this point, yeah, Alexandra is nearing her end, and it's really sad, actually, to be perfectly honest. But what can you do? I like that little bit of humanization. Sometimes I wish that I could, like, convert the hex code in this game, but the fact that you need to, like, physically write down the numbers or something like that really stops me from looking up anything. I'm sure there's interesting stuff. I'm sure the mother's name is interesting, but I don't care enough to look it up. I wish, like, you could highlight it or something because you're a robot and, like, parse it into actual meaningful information. That would be really interesting to me. Oh, 2 QR codes. So I guess none of us got this far before. I know some of the answers were wrong now, but I just don't know which ones. I have these theories and wild explanations, but I don't know which one to bank on. The solution to the cycle isn't the perfection of one being, but the product of a mass endeavor. That is why I say to all those who came after me, I will await you on the summit of the tower and use what I have learned to assist you as I can. So Sheep actually made it up here before Shepherd, interestingly enough, because the iteration is lower for Sheep. Interesting, right? So you think that the Shepherd is guiding the sheep, but it's not quite like that. For this next one that we're going to be seeing, I guess I should preface it now that I will show the first failed attempt at it, and then I will show the actual attempt. It took me a long time to actually figure it out properly. Not really to figure it out properly, but there are many steps to actually do it correctly, and I might have been doing it the long way around, but it's safer the long way around, so that's just how that one's going to work. Again, for this one, you get a lot of symmetry here because they're giving you the same pieces in doubles on each side, and opposite mirrored of each other, so if you are able to do it symmetrically, you will be able to complete it fairly easily. So we're going to put these down, we're going to put these down, we're going to find a place for these to fit, and then we just start filling in blocks. After a certain point. There we go. And then I think we start filling in blocks. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Ugh. Watching it back, I'm like, do you not see it? You literally had it a second ago. Wait, really? Did I just go backwards for it all? Are you serious? Or maybe there's 2 answers to this puzzle, and I just never noticed it before. Did I manage to find a second answer to... Wow, yeah, I did. This one's far more interesting and symmetrical looking, but I had it before as well. I didn't realize that you could complete these in multiple ways, but you absolutely can. Ain't that cool? Another audio log up here, I'll let that play.
I can't keep my eyes open anymore. I think this is it. The end of me. I don't believe that I will continue to exist. I would like to think that there is a soul or spirit, some part of my consciousness that will persist. But all the evidence says that when my brain dies, I will be gone. I've lived my life, never turning away from the truth, even if it scares me. And I can face this, face my own end, and say with absolute conviction that it was good to be human.
Final words from Alexandra there. And also the way to get the star. You jump off, you go along those railings, go through the very obvious Assassin's Creed reference, and it'll drop you down to this floor. I almost wish that I had done this after completing the next puzzles, just so that I don't know, like, I didn't have to go back up the elevator, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. We found it. This is the last star, so of course, after we check a look on what's on floor 5, we'll go back down and we will actually complete the star rooms as well, but I decided I wanted to finish out the tower and see what was going on up here, because theoretically there is some optional roadblock that the stars will unlock for us because they've got the like gray sigils. So I'm guessing there's another puzzle that we have to solve with the gray sigils. We will come back to that at another time, but I want to finish out all the red sigil stuff first, and then we'll come back and do the gray sigil stuff. And especially knowing what I know now about stuff, that means that there are 2 endings we can access. Again, I've already, 2 more endings that we can access, rather, because I've already recorded the next couple of episodes at the time of doing this post-commentary. Yay! Don't you love it when audio stuff breaks? It sounds truly horrendous. You don't want to hear the original commentary, trust me. It's garbled all to hell, and I don't want to put you all through that. So here's the last puzzle on the inside of the tower. It is quite the doozy. So this is a combination of all of the things. We basically have a themed one. I forgot how quick I died the first time. We have a themed puzzle using each of the tools up until this point, and now we have to use all of them in conjunction with each other. So there's a fan here that doesn't turn on until you press the button on the other side of the wall. There's a fan up there that pushes to the side. There's a button that will unlock this mine, but however, standing on the button will guarantee you die by the mine. So obviously you have to access that in a different way. Up on this floor, there is a gun, which thankfully doesn't point all the way to the ladder. There is a copy machine. There is 2 fans, a button which opens that up, and then 2 places to put fans, one here and then one right by the ladder where we see. So the main part of this is really getting past that mine down below, because the mine is actually hiding a couple of things that we need in order to complete this. And then there's that other side where the button that turns on the fan right next to you is. You can't steal that fan, me. You can't do that. If you could, it would make things a whole lot easier here, to be honest. And I'm honestly not sure what that fan placement is for. I never quite figured it out. I don't think it's necessary for anything, but I'm curious what it was there for originally. Like, legitimately, I'm not entirely sure. Is it just to screw you up in case you decided to do it? It's always on. No idea. We can open up this gate with the copy, obviously. And that makes it really easy for us to do a couple things. So, with that gate open, we could now try and access that room, but of course we will get blown back by it, because we can't access it just yet. So the thing that I finally figured out is you can steal this fan. You can use it to open any buttons. I tried there just to see if you can get in, but of course you're supposed to take this fan, bring it down here. I guess you could also theoretically use the fan that is on the floor and that's not active, but that would get a little wonky with the mine being there, so, you know, don't want to do that. Behind the force field is a cube and a jammer, which we're going to need to use both of them. And then, of course, we can take off the thing. So the idea here is you're going to need to jam that fan up there. And by jamming the fan, we sort of open up a couple things for us. Don't worry if this frustrates you. Yes, I do figure it out. It just takes me a second. So the idea is that with that fan jammed, we can now open up this and go and activate the fan that is down below. Because with that fan activated, we can send up the mine to the upstairs, get it blown inside, and blow it all the way to the gun, disabling both the gun and the mine altogether, which is of course the answer there. However, I realize at this point that, oh, that jammer is activating that, and that thing just gets stuck in the air if you do it this way. So here's the actual way I did it. This is where I ended up with. This is how I finished it out. I'm planning it out in my head here, looking at a couple of things, and we're going to get started on this in just a moment. It is a little complicated, and there's a couple of steps to it. The first step being to get the box and the jammer, as well as get the fan that you put down here back up on top. That is required for this. You need that fan. And if you don't have that fan with you, then you will not be able to do it properly. So here we are about to get started. Alright, so we go up the ladder. First thing we do is we are going to steal this fan from right here, and we are going to activate the button down there and take the box and the jammer. Of course, we're going to avoid the mine while doing it, and we're going to be real safe about this because I got real tired of resetting this over and over and over. I don't know if it's possible to get both the jammer and the box out in one run. If it is, that'd be interesting. Then, once you get both of these out, we are going to remove the fan and trap the mine back in there so that we're not dealing with that while we get the fan back upstairs. The only way to get the fan back upstairs is to put it on top of the box. It has to be carried by a box and for you to be able to get it back. I don't know if it's possible to do all this in like one swoop and get the fan and the jammer and the box all at the same time up here, because eventually you do need to get the jammer up here as well. But I'm not entirely sure if you can do it all at once. All I know is that you have to do this first before anything else. So we're going to go downstairs. We're going to make a copy of the jammer, put it onto that. There's a reason why we do this with the copy and not with the actual jammer. Then we're going to open this up for us to go through. So at this point, we should have access to the button that's on the other side. And once we're all the way through, we're going to go down. We're going to take the jammer off. This is the reason why you use the copy of the jammer, because the copy can be accessed by us. Then we're going to go back upstairs, open this up so that both we can get through and the box and the fan can get through the door as well. And then finally we can turn off this recorder. And so all we have to really do is wait, because we're going downstairs. We're setting up the jammer first things first. And we're going to wait here until we jam the fan and turn this on. Now we can go through and we just turn on that fan. Once we turn on the fan, those get sent upstairs, and then they get blown into the door there. It takes me a second to realize, like, oh, that's up there. So once you got those all there, I don't know why I cut here. I guess I just wanted to, like, separate me trying to figure stuff out. Once the jammer and the fan there, you put the jammer or the fan back where it's supposed to be. You put the box onto the button just so it's easier for you to go through. And now we are going to destroy the mine and the gun. Sorry for the weird cut there. Again, same thing we're doing. We're going to set up the jammer onto the fan. We're going to go over here. We're going to take that fan and put it here. So this has made a copy of that fan. So we're going to have the fan be in both places. Take the jammer off, put the jammer onto the door so that we can open that up. And theoretically, at that point, we will have killed the mine. Now, we're going to go over here. We're going to wait until we jam the fan, then we go downstairs, we turn on our fan, and then our copy is going to go downstairs and release that mine for us. And there we go. Releases the mine. So if you followed, there are now 3 fans. Then we gets pushed over there, across the room, and boom, blows up. And at this point, we can just take this fan off because we're done with that annoying stuff. At this point, I didn't realize that you actually need to have the jammer up on this floor in order to continue. So I take a second here to figure out, oh, what am I doing here? What can I do now that I've gotten rid of the mine? And at this point, I don't realize that we actually need the jammer up here because there's another part to all of this. Oh, or maybe I do realize it. Oh, look at that. I do realize this. Go me. So we go back upstairs. Same thing that we did before. We're just going to turn on the copy. But here's the important part. We need to take the copy of the jammer, use it. Again, that means the real jammer is still there. Totally fine. Open this for us. We go through. We press the button. We go downstairs. We remove the copy of the jammer. It doesn't matter where we put it. And then we let ourselves back inside. And that means we will have the jammer and the box up here as well. So go us. And then we wait a second. Because we're also going to steal that fan as we're coming back as well. So we wait here until we jam the fan. You can see it's jammed now. Then this opens up. We go over here. We turn on the button. That puts up the box and the real jammer. That gets thrown over there. We go back up. We grab this fan. And we go back through here. And now we have all of the tools that we need in order to complete this. Put the fan down. Grab the other fan. Whoops. Grab the other fan to use as a button control. And then we're going to grab the box and the jammer as well, because we're going to need that up on the upper platform. Of course I realize, like, oh wait, I gotta get up there myself first? How do I do this again? You just carry the jammer. Jam that, realize, oh, we need to open that one somehow. How do we do this? Oh, we need a copy of the jammer. Yes, so you still need to use the copy at this point. You just get the copy up there, jam the... Whoop, fall down the hole. That's an important part. It's an important step. Trust me. You need to do that one. So we're going to put the jammer copy there. That jams the first one. Our real self will be able to jam the second one. Go back up here. Grab the real jammer, jam that, go through, and we are finally through the final puzzle. Man, it took me a while in real life. It took me like half an hour to properly get the steps of that one. Not because it's difficult, but because you have to do a lot of things over and over. I was so close. I saw the clouds and the gate, but I couldn't reach it. Somehow I wasn't in the right place at the right time. I'm not ready. I'm not the right version. So even sheep figures out that they are not the correct ones to get through here. And there is a staircase leading up to the top. But of course, we're not quite there yet. It's not our time just yet to go to that staircase.
What have you done? Why have you ascended the tower? Why have you betrayed my faith in you?
Or is it our time?
Turn back. I command you.
Because we're going up despite Elohim.
I gave you this land to be yours. A garden in a world of thorns and thistles. All this was granted to you on but one condition, that you do not ascend the tower. That was our first covenant, and you have broken it. Abandon this tower. It is not for you.
It is for us, and we're doing it.
Heed me now, as a child heeds its father. If you ascend the tower, you will be cast out from your home, and you will never return.
So, this is the final little puzzle that exists here. I checked this bottom part here, and we're going to read those QR codes in a second. But we will do that final puzzle up above us in the next episode. Let's take a look at these. Do not be afraid. I chose long ago to remain in this place and serve as a guide. I will help you attain our destiny. You can never reach the peak of this tower. There is no purpose to our existence. I will show you the futility of your task, and you will understand. So we have a lot against us. We're going to do this final puzzle up here next time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.
Please listen to me. Yes, the tower leads out of this world. It leads to freedom and truth. But it also leads to the end of us.